Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sigval here, welcome back to our videos. So usually after an update is released, I would review the patch notes, but this time we don't have the patch notes. The game got released before we got the patch notes. The only thing we know from the small description they've added in the Play Store is that we're also gonna get Beast Boy later this October. So this means that Beast Boy is most likely already in the game files and people who data mine the game are gonna be able to get their hands on it. But other than that, we don't know anything about what exactly they fixed and changed in terms of bugs and changes in this patch, except what we can easily see for now. Because yet again, no patch notes. There's a link in the Google Play Store, and I think it's also in the iOS Store, that says if you want more details, click this link. It takes you to the Warner Bros. Website where I had to make an account, only for me to log in and them to tell me that I'm not authorized to access this page, so most likely they're still writing about it at the moment, but they didn't have it ready in time to actually respond properly to the link. That sucked. But yeah, let's see what was added to the game that I haven't already talked about. I'm gonna have in the roster, I don't have Scorpion yet, I'm gonna get him later today, and we already took a look at Raiden, but SubZero, they didn't post anything about SubZero in any of the Facebook posts or the social media posts, so this is kind of a first look at SubZero's ability, so let's see how it goes. First of all, yet again, same as with Raiden, they didn't really change absolutely anything about his basic abilities. They only worked on the passives, which is a mini rework for the character. They could have tried harder, but not too bad. If they did it more often, it would be definitely pretty good to get a lot more characters more often reworked like this. But when you take 1 year to rework a few gold characters, the quality is a bit lacking in that regards on the side of the skills. But let's take a look at the passives that got changed. First of all, the Clown Combatant. This is going to interact with the third special, same as Raiden. Raiden also has a passive that interacts with the third special. I think it would be just simple in cutting the middleman just to introduce that as an effectively special ability, but whatever. So you're gonna get some clones in there, and the clones are gonna get plus 10 combo meter hits, unlike your characters. So hits at normal speed, maybe you get some fast attack chance on them, but those clones are gonna get combo very fast. This is pretty interesting because combo interacts with things that Scorpion does, and they interact with things that Raiden does. So the clones might be actually worth using in that regard to actually deal damage. We'll test that out and we'll see how it goes. And clones are definitely gonna be worth at least summoning. Because they don't dispel freeze, which is actually pretty good because they have access to the special too. So they can freeze the enemy and not dispel the freeze by hitting them with their basics. If we actually get a team where the SubZero clones are gonna deal the damage, I actually wouldn't mind it. But yeah, we're also gonna get combo meter does not interrupt after clone, a defeat, or tag outs. So we're gonna have a thing that is gonna make you kind of uninterruptible whenever a clone dies or a tag out. I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna work. Maybe you just still get staggered when you get hit, but you don't lose the combo. Or maybe you get a kind of Green Lantern type of shield where you are not staggered by the damage, but you still take the damage. So yeah, not sure how this works until I test it out, but this is kind of a first look at that. We're gonna get 25 seconds of colded on clone defeat or tag out. This is another reason to tag in SubZero clones. And it's gonna disable the opponent's basic hits and swipe attacks. Not sure how good this is. In theory it sounds good, but you know what they're left with? If you disable the swipe attacks and the basic attacks? The jump attacks. Do you know what you almost never want the enemy to do? The jump attack. So I'm not sure if this is gonna promote a convenient gameplay or non-convenient gameplay, but so I'll test them out later and see how that goes. And hard as ice, apply force and armor for 2 swipe attacks on cooled opponents. So you get the cooling on them, and then you start hitting them and get this. And this is gonna prevent you from losing combo meter. And it's kind of similar to this. Yeah, it looks interesting. Looks like a convenience character to be added in the team. Not sure how much he's going to contribute in terms of damage, but yet again, the clones having so many hits and being able to not break the freeze could be pretty interesting. Now, moving aside from this, man, and yet again, I'll most likely upload pretty soon a video with the whole team plus Scorpion. But if we get here to the store section, we can see a couple of things. I'm not going to talk about the Raven Legendary Chest too much in depth or the rest of the stuff. I'm going to talk mainly about those two. I'm not sure how many of these you get, but if you get one every day for 1 week, that's pretty decent. Because over here, first of all, you get Artifact Reforges, which is... You're guaranteed to get every single reward, by the way. It's just a chance in terms of what amount you're going to get. But those reforges for artifacts are not bad. I think the artifact system, in terms of the bonuses you get on them, because those are so rare and so kind of pay-gated, is currently to the point where it's a pipe that's leaking. And this is a little bit of flex tape they're adding. This a little bit of tape they're putting in there so the water doesn't leak so bad. But it doesn't do anything that long term, but it helps out a bit. They should really give out those things more freely and more constantly. Because the artifact bonus system is something that everybody should be able to interact with. Because it's quite fun if you don't spend hundreds of dollars to actually get the damn reforges. All the gems you worked for months to get. So yeah, we'd love to see more of this more often. Those are not too bad, especially for people who don't bother to play the arena to get those. You're gonna get some gems, and those two things are kind of irrelevant. I don't care about them too much. But yeah, it's some good stuff in here. And you're gonna get one of each. And if this repeats and happens for like a week, that's great. If it happens only once, it's not great. What do we got here? 5 of these and 100 gems. What were drop rates again? Oh, it disappeared. I'm not sure if I got lucky or not. And there's gonna be the Scorpion Legendary Chest. And do I advise you buy this? No! You have absolutely no reason to buy this. There is still time to wait and see other people buying it. Why risk your whole gems that you have gathered? Just let other people buy it, post gameplay, post a review of the character, see if it's good for the free-to-play side of things, see if it's good for the pay-to-win side of things. Like, this just is not gonna go anywhere for like 2 or 3 days. And you have time to think about it and make an informed decision in regards to this. And even if you miss it, it's gonna eventually come back. It's not like it's on a sale that you're gonna miss or something. So yeah, don't worry about it too much. Just watch other people's gameplay and the reviews and see if you consider if this will be a good addition to the roster that you have. I'm gonna go a bit more in depth about this man whenever I get him and I get the gears. But remember, it's still a legendary character. Even if you randomly drop him, he looks like he's gonna be dependent on having gears, which you're gonna have to wait a couple of days for a gear chest to drop or spend money for. So that's also something you should keep in mind. And yeah, he's also in the special offers to get for $100 or $50, which are absurd prices. But look at those gems here. I'm also gonna go for the $50 one, but that's a question for another video. But yeah, well, that being said, those are kind of the first impressions about the update. I'm quite excited about the fact that we're gonna get Beast Boy, and I'm gonna be right back with some gameplay of the MK Mobile team. Not the Mortal Kombat team. I don't know why I say the MK Mobile team so much, but yeah, the Mortal Kombat team. I think it's the Mortal Kombat 1 team. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys in the video in a bit. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye!